Today we're going to talk a bit about osteoporosis. I'm going to be really honest here and tell you that I've started having huge variations in my periods, and this is probably the earliest sign that I'm starting to move into starting to move into perimenopause. Since my health is my top priority, I focus on all the pillars of health, including smart supplementation. And while I see others my age that are complaining about all the trouble, emotions, the pain associated with perimenopause, I'm not experiencing any of that. And if you want us to find out solutions together, please reach out. Because all my friends are my age, I'm really seeing people complain a lot. And I don't want them to have to go through that. I want them to have a beautiful time like I'm having. The reason I'm starting with talks about perimenopause, even though we're talking about osteoporosis, is that when our sex hormones start to decrease, our bone loss increases. You know I'm all about prevention instead of waiting to get a diagnosis with something. So whatever age you start seeing signs of perimenopause, that's when I would start focusing on doing all you can do to help prevent osteoporosis. Some doctors suggest focusing on prevention around 40 to 45 years old. So even if you're not seeing signs, 40 to 45 is not too early to start to prevent that, because I don't think any of us want that. And if we get it, we want the lesser form of that. So here's some risk factors for osteoporosis. It can include small bone frame, low in vitamin D, and not getting enough sunlight, whether you don't go outside much, maybe you're in an office without windows, maybe it's very cloudy where you live, or maybe you're far from the equator, and there are lamps that can help with that if you're having any of those. Some of my recommendations are to start adding vitamin D in your diet and with supplements. Foods high in vitamin D are cheese, yogurt, milk, greens, kale, spinach, figs, flour tortillas. I was happy to say that. Taco Tuesday. The supplements that I use are doTERRA's Bone Nutrient Complex and Phytoestrogen, and they are designed to work together to support all women's needs after they turn 40 years old. I highly recommend these beauties. And then the best exercises to help slow down bone loss and are strength training exercises. According to Harvard Health, and I'm going to read from the study here, numerous studies have shown that strength training can play a role in slowing bone loss, and several show it can build bone. Activities that put stress on bones can nudge bone-forming cells into action. That stress comes from the tugging and pushing on the bone that occur during strength training, as well as weight-bearing aerobic exercises such as walking. It targets bones of the hips, spine, and wrists, which are the sites that are most likely to fracture. What's more, resistance workouts, particularly those that include moves emphasizing power and balance, enhance strength and stability. So we're looking at those moves that emphasize power and balance. The result is stronger, denser bones, and it also cuts down on falls. So when I turned 40, I wanted to find new exercises. The things in my 20s and 30s that I used to love, they were really high impact, and my body just wasn't responding well anymore. So for the past 2 years, I've cultivated, it took me a little while to find it, but I walk or hike 3 days a week. I do strength training 3 days a week, and I also do yoga 1 day a week, and my body has really responded well to this routine. I'm going to include my strength training routine that I do in the show notes. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe or follow. Reach out if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.